This is Comer Decade, and I journey alone. Okay, can we get to the point? Well, turns out Retro is a little bit of a tight schedule with his job, so I'm gonna have to postpone my challenge with him. But fear not, he can indeed still be able to do his TNMT review right now. Thank you. I think I could take care of him from here. So, we're cool. We're like, I could still, like, just get my quick thoughts on the last two episodes. Fine. And hurry it up. Arrow's getting good. Yeah, no duh. Hey everybody, it's me, Nervin16 Richard Kid here on YouTube, downgrading again. I know it's been like that, but with the snowpocalypse and my job being a little, not as wonky as it used to be, but here's my quick synopsis and what I thought about the last two episodes of TNMT 2012. Basically, what do I mean by that? Well, basically the new animated series that came out, well, as you may have noticed, since 2012. And my long story short on the history side of this new particular series, I love the voice cast. For season 3's perspective, not that as disappointed with Seth Green taking over as Leo. I didn't really have any problems with Jason Biggs being the guy for a while for the last two seasons. He was cool. I didn't really make that many American Pie jokes. I don't think they couldn't. Nick wouldn't allow it anyway. So the guy who's playing Raph was a former crap. Come on, Goonies cast member. So and Sam from Lord of the Rings trilogy, and they managed to pull up both those references. So yeah, thank you Black Nerd Comedy for that. Ooh, little glimmery on my shadow. So let's start with episode, actually, I think 9 or 10. I don't know. Well, let's start with the first episode that I can remember from 2 weeks back. Vision Quest. Basically, they're still in the woods. They're still hanging out, just chilling. Basically, laying low from the Krang invasion that happened last season. And to make a long story short from that, if anyone doesn't like the woods episodes, I actually do. The whole reason of that is basically because one, they needed to, I guess, find themselves and stuff like that. Also, in Leo's case, he kind of he had a bit of a leg injury. The Vision Quest in Leo's perspective was to pretty much get over that and, I guess, not only physically train himself back up to get ready to take down Shredder when he's ready, but to physically, like, mentally, like, spiritually and all that ninja stuff. For Mikey, it's basically, like, be less distracted. For Raph, it's basically be less angry for his Vision Quest. For Donnie, who's I can't believe is voice acted by Rob Paulsen from Animaniacs fame and Gen 1 Turtles fame, who was originally Raph. So take that what you will. In his case, was pretty self-explanatory. He's got to bulk up a little, be a little more headstrong, but still have a little more smarts. Just think more headstrong when it comes to not overthink the situation, basically. For their Vision Quest episodes, there wasn't a multiplayer for their quests in general. It was just basically go after a lot of boss fights they've had in the past, and yeah, the fight scenes in general were okay. Animation was top notch, and their straight up Vision Quest gear was awesome. And like Andre said in his Black Nerd Comedy review, it's probably gonna end up being an action figure, and if it does come out, I'll probably do a review of maybe Raph, because he looks like freaking Assassin's Creed Iron Man edition. Never thought I would say that. So yeah, not really much here. It's just one big, let's just prep ourselves, get ready to get back to New York. And if you're keeping score, they have done another TNMT 1990 movie reference. In this particular case, they did the fire camping scene when Master Splinter said, "Hey guys, I'm still alive. Don't worry, but for reals, come back to New York. Everything just went to shit fast." And so yeah, they went back to New York next episode. Not really much of a transition. Really? Yeah, really. I'm gonna keep it short here too. It's pretty self-explanatory. Krang pretty much took over everything. They took over New York. They brainwashed everyone who pretty much took up. They pretty much either destroyed or took over everybody's brains, and pretty much the entire rest of the world pretty much deemed it like a demilitarized zone, or pretty much put martial law into it. And even Master Splinter went straight up back to being a basic rat. He was a man first in this particular variation of the story. So the majority of the episode was them getting him back to being, of course, Master Splinter character-wise. Once they got out of the way, they were seriously outnumbered not only by Krang, but what's left of Shredder's forces. Yeah, Shredder is still in the city, hiding out with what's left of his forces and what's left of his bosses, still trying to look for Karai and all that stuff. My thoughts on Karai, being a mutant now, is cool, but since they've been in the woods half this season, I haven't seen anything get explored yet, but since they're back in the city, we don't really know. Till then, I'll leave that as it is. So Mikey has a brilliant idea of what's their new hideout since their old sewer headquarters is pretty much compromised from the Krang. And for those who would think, oh, they're gonna do the train, the subway from one of the movies, right? No, it turns out it's gonna be the old pizzeria they always go to in this particular show. Spoilers aside, I know I really heavily spoiled, like, I guess both episodes at once. There are some standout moments if you sit through both episodes that I haven't said here. Like April training with Casey to pretty much not bulk up, because I guess like mentally get ready for her own personal training as well. She's still training to be a ninja of her own as well. Then the majority of her half of the season 2 is getting telekinesis powers somehow. That might get further explored since they are now back in New York. They might get proper equipment to test it, at least in Donnie's end. And yeah, that's about it. What about your thoughts, Decade?
They're okay. They're cool.
Seriously?
Look, stuff is happening on Arrow.
Oh, and if you don't know, I think I kind of made Decade here an Arrow fan, so that's kind of weird.
Get your final thoughts on these episodes.
Got it. Overall, these episodes are not bad. They're amping up the story. Again, they just got back into New York, so we won't know what happens, at least for the rest of the season come Sunday. So till then, I'm NerdFan16, Richard Kid here on YouTube. And yeah, Booyakasha. Turtle power, guys.
And I will journey on laters.
Yeah, for reals. Bye.